This is me.
Just kidding, this is me. Hello, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel, Always Popular, where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, and let's get into this week's episode. Have you ever wondered why actual good singers are talented but never make it that far in the industry? When it comes to a certain amount of singers, some people get their 15 minutes of fame or just become big for a short period of time, no longer relevant. Why is it that some good singers make it and are talked about for years so much more than others? Well, today we are going to be talking about just that. So why do good singers disappear? This will only apply to certain people. Clearly, most people today in music are good singers for the most part. However, some are good, some are overpraised and overhyped to the point they are treated as gods. So for my first example would have to be David Archuleta. David Archuleta is best known for his debut single, Crush, and placed in second on American Idol in 2008. He participated in season 7 and lost to David Cook that season. He released his self-titled debut album in November 2008. Around the time, his first album did do well, and along with his debut single as well. Crush debuted at number 2 on the charts and met with positive reviews from critics. His album sold over 100,000 copies in the first week of release as well. However, since then, David has released 5 studio albums and I never heard about any promotional marketing about him whatsoever. I feel as if he was forgotten by the time of 2010. He blew up in 2008, 2009-ish and then fell off the map. But why? Was it because his music wasn't good enough, or because he wasn't interested enough and came off as basic? Maybe he just came off as the boy next door and it wasn't good enough. Also, I do remember that during the time in 2010, Bieber Mania happened, so maybe he was pushed aside and people were favoring somebody else. Eventually, he got stuck in the middle with a bunch of other singers during that period of time. Nevertheless, you never hear about David anymore. The most recent thing David has done is being on The Masked Singer and recently came out as queer. For some odd reason, some of his fans walked out of his show and didn't like that. So I feel like David deserved better. Also on the plus side, other singers have come out like Lil Nas X. However, no one ever walked out of his show. So why is David being treated differently? For my next example, I will also be moving on to another American Idol. My next example would also be Jordin Sparks. In 2007, Jordin also auditioned for American Idol the previous season that David was on. However, this time around, Jordin actually made it to the finale, but won. By the time in 2007, she had released her debut album in November of 2007. By the end of the year, her album went platinum and had some hit songs off her first album. With certified radio hits like Tattoo and No Air, Jordin was on her way up with new success. By 2009, she had released Battlefield, her second studio album, and her single Battlefield became a huge hit that year. Sadly, around the time of the release of her third album, Right Here, Right Now, the album didn't do well because it never got any real promotion. And this was around the time of 2015. Jordin did write other songs for herself, like The Way. However, the song never became officially hers and was given to another new rising artist at the time, Ariana Grande. Even Jordin's producer, Harmony Samuel, said she was the blueprint for Ariana's career. It makes more sense now because Jordin was a mixture of R&B pop music as well as the beginning of Ariana's career. However, it's sad because Jordin was a little bit of everything. She had the voice, the image, good music, and a likable personality. However, after her third album, her label and her career fell apart. Since 2015, she hasn't had a chance to have a comeback because she became an unsigned artist and chose to become an independent artist. Besides lack of promotion, no one knows why Jordin fell off. Jordin was good too. However, if she never gave her music to someone else, she would have been bigger. Just like in David's case, I feel like Jordin deserved better too. And for my last reason and or example I'm choosing is Emily Osment. Emily Osment is no stranger when it comes to TV and film roles. For kids and teens in the early 2000s, Emily had quite a handful of recognizable roles like Gertie Giggles in the Spy Kids franchise and Lily Truscott in Disney's TV hit series Hannah Montana. After meeting co-stars like Miley Cyrus and Mitchell Musso, she did a duet with Mitchell Musso for the Disney Mania soundtrack, If I Didn't Have You, and Emily had did a song for the movie The Haunted Hour, Don't Think About It. and the song was called I Don't Think About It, and all of this was the start of her singing career. By the time it was October 2009, she had released her debut EP, All the Right Wrongs, with her debut single, All the Way Up. She was like the pop rock younger version of Carrie Underwood, but on Disney Channel. To be honest, she was underappreciated, and she would have had a bigger music career if she was promoted more. Anyway, she had released only one studio album that came out in October 2010 called Fight or Flight. She had a song called Let's Be Friends. That song of hers was good. However, to be honest, I don't think she had any other good songs besides that. Personally, I felt that her music had a good production style to it. However, she came up as mid. To me, she makes me think of Selena Gomez's career. She was meant to be a better actress rather than being a singer. Also, if she had been on a record label that took her seriously, she would have done better. And there isn't anything wrong with that. So at least Emily is still getting a lot of gigs doing acting. And amazingly enough, she's probably been doing this for almost 20 years or even longer. And if you made it to the end of this episode, once again, thanks for listening and watching, and you'll hear me in the next episode.